Okay, I revise right now. Here my you know my screen. You are able to see my screen, and only I need to according this one. They say I am in life, but I don't understand why. Give me a second. Mm, perfect. I'm here. I'm here. Okay. Well, thank you so much for watch this video, and thank you so much for spend your time with me. And maybe you have a lot of wonders about myself. Who are you? Why you want to explain about Mexican migration? And I don't know what I want to learn about you, Luis. Okay. And well, in this life, I want to be honest with you. My first point is English is not my mother language. Okay, I'm going to do the best, use this language, use my knowledge in this language because in 2024 I was studying a lot in improve my English. Yes, but right now I want to use this knowledge in well, use this knowledge and share with you this information because I am immigration facilitator. I help people who or foreign people who they want to live here in my country. They want to be legal and live in my country for longer time, not only for tourist stay. They want to get or they want them and their residency here in my country. Okay, I have experience about it. I work in a firm of law who is a specialty in immigration. Okay, in my case, I am immigration facilitator, and almost I'm going to become in a lawyer. Well, I have that status about immigration immigration lawyer. Yeah. Yes, and well, this is my objective. But before, I would like to share with you about this topic about this scenario because for longer, or you know, for a lot foreign people who they want to apply in residency, they get bad experience about handle immigration procedures in my country because maybe they are not able to speak my language, Spanish, and sometimes handle immigration stuff is not easy. It's the same when you speak Spanish, and they have their own, characteristic, personality. They follow that personality, okay? Well, the point is sometimes something completely easy they become completely hard. Yes, no matter what, you are on foreign people or someone who speaks Spanish. But you need to understand something. When you have the knowledge, when you have all about this topic, about your intention to live here in Mexico, because you set in your mind, well, I want to get a temporary residence. I know what is the documents. I know what is the information, what I need to do. And well, maybe I am not able to speak Spanish, but maybe I going to do that for myself. or maybe I'm going to hire immigration facilitator to and they support me handle this immigration procedure. Okay, you your decision m- must be important for you. Okay, you need to be intelligent when you handle these kinds of situation. More about immigration because this topic depend on if you stay here in my country or maybe you got or you get a bad experience and maybe immigration office give you establishment who then you need to go you need to leave to my country it will it's for that you need to save a lot of information you need to save a lot of information about this topic okay well um it's done about this introduction i'm going to I'm going to explain about this life because my intention is explain about Mexican migration. Okay, I'm going to show you my screen. This is my screen and Mexican migration. And you know, guys, Mexico and for foreign people love my country. And more because they have that good experience for beaches, for food, or Mexican food, for friendly people, about Mexican people, for our traditions. Mexican have all that you need. Sometimes Mexico give you that inspiration in continuing in your life because maybe you need to know another kinds of energy. Yes, it's completely interesting for me sometimes when I speak for foreign people and they tell me about this information. I love Mexico because Mexico give me a lot energy each city, each state have that special energy who push me and continue in my objective about my life. And sometimes they people or they foreign people who in the first time they visit my country, they know about my country, they fall in love my country and after they become in residency. Yes, and well, and Mexico have everything. But you need to understand something. When I speak about this topic, you need to know which institutions are knowledgeable about migration processes. Yes, it's completely important for you to know those institutions. Yes, because one institution is only about support you in give and Mexican visa. Okay, and that Mexican visa and appear what is your intention. Maybe is get residency. Maybe you get a Mexican visa because you apply for a job here in my country, or maybe for another kinds of ways. Okay, that is the point. But well, the first place or the first institute for any foreign people, they need to know when they want to apply for a residency is in consulate office. Yes, Mexican consulate office. Because according the Mexican migration law, I'm going to show you this one. This is in English, and you can find this book. It's like this. The reader is Alejandro Valenzuela. If you love read, if you want to know more about Mexican migration, well, I recommend you this one. They don't pay me for. show his work about this small book, but it's completely useful. You are not able to read in Spanish, but you want to understand more about Mexican immigration, and this is the law. Yes, appear all the articles at this point. Okay, continue to my explanation. In Mexican immigration law, in the Article 41, say something completely interesting. For example, foreigners shall apply for the visa at consulate office. This office will authorize and issue the visas in accordance with the applicable legal provisions. Depend where you are, you need to go in that place. Here you want to apply for residency here in my country. Here you want to get a residency. The first point is you need to go there, but you need to understand something. Each consulate have their own rules. The own rules about certain requirement that you need to follow. Yes, sometimes there are consulate who they have more requirement than other. Yes, um, that is depend a lot where you are. I am not expert about all the consulates. But the most important is you need to know your consulate. You need to know how is the people there. You need to know for person who handle procedures in that consulate. He you know the staff there. They are friendly person or they are more strict person. I don't know. But the most important is okay. I locate my my consulate. That is my first point, and I know. I'm sorry. And well, this is the first point. You need to find your consulate. When you find your consulate, and after you need to search on Google, it will trying to find about your location. For example, if you live in Las Vegas, you need to find the consulate of Las Vegas. If you live in Miami, you need to find the consulate office Miami on the website because they give you certain information that you need to for continuing in your procedure. Yes, because remember, they have their own rules, their own requirements, and you need to know it. Okay. The second institute, this institute is not outside than the consulate office because the consulate office um, and they are in different countries. The consulate, that is the point, support Mexican people and foreign people. In this case, foreign people is for apply for Mexican residencies. But in this case, this institute, National Institute of Migration, in Spanish is Instituto Nacional de Migración. This institute is quite important for you. Yes, because when you follow the requirements about your consulate, you get your interview and you pay certain fees and you have all the documents and they give you your Mexican visa and in your passport because the Mexican visa put in your passport and after um well you complete all. Okay. After that, you need to come. You need to come to Mexico. Okay, because this institute, when you have your Mexican visa, stick in your passport, you need to go there. You need to report in that institution. Yes, but that institution plan to give your residency card is your you need to become this institute in your best friend. Yes, your best friend, because depend when you want to live, you need to locate in that institute. you need to know where is that institute because, for example, this institute um, have certain objective. Yes, I'm going to read and after remember another point who I would like to share with you. The responsibilities include implementing migration policy, monitoring the entry or exit of individuals, processing the stay and departures of foreign people, and handling deportation or assisting returns, except for case involving migrant children and determinate by the protection agency. Okay, sorry if I don't read completely, if I don't read correctly this paragraph, and if you are a native speaker in English, you are you read better than me. But well, I put all the information here. You are able to see my screen, where you maybe understand better, yes, than my my read right now. But well, that paragraph appear in this Mexican migration law in the Article 20. Yes, go on. Um, in that article and appear certain points. In this paragraph, I summarize because the article divides in different fractions. Yes, different fractions, but all those fractions and summarized in this small paragraph. Okay? Very well. Before I told you, you need to become this institute in your best friend. Why? Because each procedure, its immigration procedure, is in this institute when you are inside in Mexico, okay? Because this institute is not outside, it's inside. And this institute, the immigration staff, they have that authorization in remove your residency card or maybe deport you. Well, you read that in this paragraph. And why I explain that? Because, sometimes foreign people thinking or they are completely scared when they see the National Guard Mexican or the police Mexican, no matter what, about the levels, they are federal, estatal, or municipal. And always the foreign people thinking who they have that authorization to remove your residency card. But you need to understand something. They don't have that faculty in remove your residency card. The only person who they have that authorization to remove your residency card is this institute. Yes, this institute. How when you see immigration staff in different places, sometimes when you on the way on the highway, when you go to other city and you driving, maybe you have that opportunity to found or to find those person in nowhere. There are Marines, soldiers, and police, and immigration staff. Yes, and those person, their work is trying to control about migration. Yes, and when if you are or your status here in Mexico is illegal, they have all the authorization to stop you on your way, and they bring you to a stationary immigration. Yes, imagine that place where where put people who they are not illegal in my country. That is the point. But when they need to follow certain rules, certain right humans, because they need to respect the right humans, because Mexico and have that ideology to respect the right human, no matter what you are a Mexican, no matter what you are a foreign, each servidor público in Spanish, or people who work in the government, they need to respect the right human. Okay, but this institute has is and they have that authorization to remove your residency card. And sometimes they have that authorization to give you fees for don't follow certain obligation, because people who is residency, they have benefits, of course, but they have obligation and they need to follow those obligations. If you don't follow those obligations, this institute put you and punish. What is the punish? Is economic. Yes, you need to pay fees. That depend, of course, depend your action, and they can put fees, or maybe they can remove your residency, or they can deport you. Yes, because when foreign people commit a crime, and the institute who, for example, here in Mexico is the famous um, fiscalías. I don't know, fiscal, I imagine that in English, but they need to give information to institute that any foreign people is deprived about their liberty, because he commit an commitment, and after he need to notify at this institute, because they need to and call off certain you know um, points about that foreign people. Yes, but I don't want to explain more about it, because my point is be completely in general. I'm going to explain more about this institute in another life. Then in consulate office, I'm going to explain more about it, but this life is only general. My point is you need to understand Mexican migration. You need to know what is the institution who working in immigration procedures, what institutes give you your residency. Yes, because there are people who they don't know about it. They thinking, okay, maybe I'm going to get my residency in an embassy. Well, the embassy have another activities. Maybe they reach out you and goes in the correct area. Yes, in a consulate. Sorry. And the consulate, I'm going to do this advice. When you lost or when you lose your residency card outside Mexico, you need to report that lose in a consulate. Yes, they have certain importance in your life when you get on residency, okay, or when you want to get on residency. Okay, mm, what is the common Mexican visas who foreign people apply? The common Mexican visas is are temporary residency visa, temporary residency student visa, and permanent resident visa. Okay, they are the common Mexican visa who foreign people apply. Yes, depend a lot. If you are a student and you like to continue in your study here in my country, okay, you need to follow certain rules. Your institute or your institute need to notificate, and they need to have and that part about exchange students. Yes, very well. I'm going to explain more about it. I told you in difference of okay. One second. Okay, this is the Mexican visa. Is an stamp. I don't know if it's correct. It's an stamp who that stamp put you in your passport. Yes. And when you see that in your passport, that mean that you did correctly all the requirements about that consulate. Yes. When you have it, and you are able to come to Mexico, and after when come to Mexico goes in that institute, in the Instituto Nacional de Migración, National Migration Institute, and well, um, recover your residency card, okay? But this um, stamp about this visa, I'm going to give you something completely general. You need to be careful when you get this stamp in your passport. Why? Because you need to revise that stamp. You need to revise each information who appear in that stamp. Because imagine they put your name and they don't write down correctly your name, okay? But you don't notice it. When you come back to Mexico and after you you appear in an in National Migration Institute and they notice it, you will be in a bad scenario in get your residency. Yes, you in get your residency card because when they notice that your name is not the same that your passport. And that a small detail affect all the process. Well, you need to do another process and try to fix that wrong. Yes. Well, this is another life who I would like to explain you. But what is my point? When you get this stamp on your passport, you need to revise your birthday, your name, your last name, your what is the intention about or get that stamp because for example if you are able if you are completely detailed or you observe each detail you notice you maybe notice this point residencia temporal. This stamp, the objective is obtain your residency card. Yes, but sometimes there are countries who they don't have that, and they are not partnership. For example, in my country, and they requiring Mexico visa because that Mexican visa and give you that opportunity to enter in my country. For example, China or Russia or Brazil or to other countries. Yes, and sometimes in that space when you read that residencia temporal, sometimes say tourist visa or residencia temporal student or bueno, residencia temporal para estudiantes. Appear in certain information. Yes, what is my point? That you need to revise this stamp when you get it in a consulate. You need to revise all the information. But well, I give you this example, but you have the knowledge. Um, and well, okay, this is the most important information. What is the qualification to get temporary residency or permanent residency? And those qualifications first depend a lot, I told you, in each consulate. Yes, because for example, this qualification is an example about San Diego, California. Okay, in San Diego, California, in the consulate office in San Diego, California, they apart of all documents, they need this information. You need to provide this um, solvency. Okay, solvency monthly or year, or in this case for saving. Yes, and I don't know how I can remove. Give me a second. Yeah, perfect. For for example, for getting temporary residency, you need to provide this solvency. This solvency is an example, yes, because sometimes can be right. What this for example, I'm going to explain again. You need to be careful because this is an qualification example. Okay, according in this year in 2025. San Diego, California, required those solvency. Yes, in monthly or saving, but dish and solvency is not the same each day or each month. Can change. Why? Because you need to understand, depend a lot about the market between dollar and between Mexican pesos, and sometimes, well, not sometimes, in addition, depend a lot here when when starting a new year is completely normal to the Mexican government and rise the salary for Mexican people. In addition, that rise in salary rise the solvency in apply in temporary residency. Okay, it's for that I told you. This is an example. You want to qualify in this temporary residency in San Diego. Sorry, before you need to ask for the information in solvency. Okay, but you are able to apply for temporary residency, show your econs in monthly. For example, in 6 months, you provide that you earn 4,000, 200, sorry, 4,200 USD each month for 6 months, and well, you qualify for obtain and temporary residency. Okay, or in your saving, you in 1 year you provide your saving is this amount and 73 thousand. Okay, you can apply it. But if you are investor or you have a home, imagine that um you have more time visit my country like tourist visa. and like tourist, for example, sorry, not tourist visa, tourist, because imagine that you are that person who you don't need a visa for entering my country, but when you enter in my country, you enter like tourist. Yes, in that context, and you buy home in my country. Yes, okay. If that home and the cost about that home apply in this amount, and I don't know how I can read the number. I'm going to do the best in read that, but if I make a mistake, you know the knowledge, okay? About how read the numbers in your in your tongue language, okay? 587 587 or 8700,000. I don't know if it's correct, but well, I told you, you have the knowledge in this language, okay? But all those um, numbers is in USD, okay? It's not in Mexican pesos, it's in USD, okay? But it's not the same in Canadian, it's not the same in European, because the number is completely different. This is in USD. Okay, that is the point. In permanent residency, and well, the solvency rise because it's true. Is you get a residency, you get a permanent residency directly. You don't need to, because for example, when you get a temporary residency, you need to stay here in my country for 4 years and be a temporary residency. And when you complete 4 years, like temporary residency, you pass to permanent residency. Yes, but if you have the residency and you provide those icons or saving, okay, you get the permanent residency directly. Okay, without wait for 4 years in obtain permanent residency. That is the point. But if you want to include your family, and for example, your wife or your concubine or well, another person who is your partner, for example, that person need to provide too in a small income. Yes, well, this is an example. This is real numbers right now in 2025, but I told you before, and took this information in numbers on in solvency right now. Okay, took it like an example. When you apply in for your residency, for temporary or for permanent, before you need to ask, or if you hire immigration facilitator, that person before ask what is the correct and icon that you need to provide in that day when you go to apply and your icons. Okay, this is example. And well, this is an immigration map and more easy to explain this topic, this life. And you need to understand something. And if you enter my country like a tourist, you you don't can you can't apply for residency inside my country. You need to go to a consulate. Okay, because in consulate start everything. But well, there are, you are able to apply for residency in my country, inside my country, for certain programs, yes, or maybe because you you get Mexican children, you your children born here in Mexico, well, you get a residency. After you are able to get citizenship, Mexican citizenship. And well, there are certain programs who give you residency. Yes, but I'm going to explain um, how you can get a residency inside my country for certain programs. Okay, I'm going to explain that. But in this point, in this moment, I'm going to explain you when you don't fall in a program, when you are inside my country, and you want to apply for obtain residency. Okay, the first step is concentrate your energy in obtain your visa, your Mexican visa. Do you remember the stamp? Okay, your focus, your energy is lead in that direction, in obtain your visa in a consulate, because you need to locate your consulate and you need to ask for information, what kinds of requirement they need to by you apply in a residency. Okay. After, when you got when you get your stamp, your Mexican visa, you are able to enter in my country. Yes, you enter in my country as residency. I'm going to put parentheses in this point because I would like to explain something. When you get your stamp, and if that stamp have the objective in B and residency, remember residency temporal or residency permanent. And when you arrive in Mexico, um, my advice is don't show you your passport, the first page in your passport, because the first page in your passport is about your information who your own country gives you because you are citizen in that country. Okay, my advice is when you enter in my country, you need to show the Mexican visa stamp. Yes, because immigration staff, when you show it, they know that you enter in my country don't like a tourist. You enter in my country as residency, as resident. Okay, and they need to put on you another stamp. No other imagine and another stamp like on your passport. Hitler gave you in Mexico or well, in Spanish is un sello, something who you know explain that you enter in my country in that day, in that hour. Yes, and it's an stamp who, when you visit another country, when you pass in an immigration area, and they put a stamp, yes, because you enter, they put a stamp and stamp in your passport. Yes, okay, it's the same. They go to put a stamp in your Mexican visa and in that image who I showed you before. It's important they put it because when they put it, you have 30 days to report to an immigration office. Okay, you have 30 days to report to immigration office and receive your residency card. Okay, 30 days. Counting when they put an stamp in your Mexican visa. Okay, you don't open your time in report to immigration office for 30 days. Maybe that you go to the immigration office in 31. Mm, immigration office reject your your process. Yes, you need to do the process again. However, it's recommendable when you enter my country as residency. So I told you that. How do you need to do that? You need to go to immigration office. Okay, but in immigration office, you need to give other documents. Okay, and when you hire an immigration facilitator, they maybe those person prepare the documents. It's more easy for you presenter in that place. You follow the the orders about immigration staff. You get your residency card. Y- If you don't hire an immigration facilitator, well, you need to try to find the information about what other documents I need to recollect before go to immigration office and receive my residency card. Okay. Um, sorry, because this procedure, this procedure, and the mean is canje, okay, or exchange in English, canje. You need to you need to exchange your Mexico visa for a residency card. Okay. And you need to when you find that information, you need to put the correctly keyword. Yes, what kind of documents I need to for make my exchange in my residency card. Okay, perfect. And well, it's important for you and recollect all those information, all those documents, because I told you before, this institute, a National Migration Institute, sorry, Instituto Nacional de Migración, they have all the authorization to reject your residency card because no matter what, here the consulate give you a positive alternative to get a residency card. Here, this institute decide to reject your procedure. They can, okay, they can. And sometimes they need to provide why they reject your your residency in my country. Okay. Well, sometimes it's because you don't give all the information, or maybe because they notice that you lie in information. Of course, in the consulate it's the same, but in my country, and sometimes um, immigration staff, they are more meticulous. They observe with detail each document. They try to find the wrong detail to affect your procedure. Yes. When you are able to speak Spanish, maybe you are able to understand what is the detail and you fix that um, detail. Yes. But if you don't understand, if you are not able to speak Spanish, sometimes there are immigration staff who speak English, but it's not a guarantee. Okay. How it's important sometimes support to other person who speak the language. But well, return in my main explanation. This institute have all the rules. They have the power in the game. Okay, it's for that I told you before. You need to become this institute like your best friend because if you do it, each procedure is more easy for you, or maybe each procedure is the most tough moment in your life when you are a residency. Okay, you need to understand that. And I know that each immigration procedure in different countries is the same because it's their work for immigration staff. No, it's not be easy, but not difficult. Well, and that's depend a lot about the immigration staff who give the service in give you your residency card. Okay, but well, guys, that is the point. Well, okay, guys. Um, thank you, thank you. You stay here in the end in my explanation in this teeny explanation for Mexican migration. And thank you for being here. And I hope you are able to understand me. I hope I I was understandable in explaining this information. My objective is help you in understand the immigration and Mexican migration. Yes, that is my goal. Help you in understand this knowledge. My point is not only trying to say you okay, you can apply, you can give those documents, and well, that's it, that's finished. No, the life always in bureaucracy. I think so. In bureaucracy, not always is easy. No matter what, you have all the documents, but you need to be completely prepared when you make a procedure. In this case, in Mexican immigration or in immigration procedure, you need to be prepared in the interview, in your documents. You need to be realistic. You need to be honest in each immigration procedure. Because if they notice that you are a liar, then if they notice that you are not honest, I told you, they have that faculty to reject your residency. For that, it's important for you be honest in each document. Okay. Well, guys, thank you. Thank you so much again for being here. You are new here in my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe in this channel because apart to give you migration class for Mexico, and I'm going to share with you um, another kinds of content for Mexican culture, for the importance to learn Spanish, certain sentence in Spanish, and well, it gives you more advices to help you in driving my country. Okay? And well, guys, again, thank you so much. Uh, Give me a second. Perfect. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Hasta luego.